Good afternoon and welcome to the virtual college exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to your presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at this same website, CACRAO.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for It's Public HBCU Night. We're happy to have you in our session this evening. If you have questions, as Madeline stated tonight, please feel free to throw them in the Q&A and we'll be happy to answer them. I'm going to share my screen so my colleagues and I can jump right into the presentation. And if you definitely have questions, just let us know. All righty. And we'll start off with some introductions from myself. I am Jamia Tenney. I am the Director of Undergraduate Admissions at North Carolina A&T State University. Darius?
Hello, my name is Darius Ure, and I'm Director of Admissions at Elizabeth City State University.
Good evening, I'm Ulisa Bowles, and I serve as the Executive Director of Admission here at Fayetteville State University.
Good evening, my name is Dejanelle Henry, and I have the pleasure to serve as the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions at the North Carolina Central University.
Hello, my name is Dr. Kerwin Graham, and I am the Director of Admissions at Winston-Salem State University.
All right. Great to have you colleagues on tonight for this session. So we're going to jump right in. This session is really to allow you to be introduced or to be more informed about the various public HBCU options that we have here in the state of North Carolina. It is 5 historically Black colleges and universities. If you don't know what HBCU stands for, HBCUs were established in the 19th century. We were originally established to provide undergraduate and graduate level educational opportunities to people of African descent. Over time, our institutions have evolved to provide lots of opportunities for students all across this particular state, as well as across the nation and around the world. 89% of all HBCUs are in the southern region of the United States. We have diverse classifications. Each of our institutions represent a different sector of North Carolina, as well as we specialize in different programs as well. So tonight you'll hear from myself and my colleagues, and we'll spend some time talking to you about the unique opportunities available at our institutions. Our student populations range for HBCUs from 300 students to over 12,000 students. And we are a family-oriented legacy atmosphere filled with lots of spirit and pride. That is the essence of an HBCU.
All right. So essentially, HBCUs have famous graduates across many different industries. And those industries are radio, television, film, literature, education, military, just to name a few. There's a whole list of famous alumni and famous graduates from each one of our institutions. And you can see that right there. You have Affion Crockett, who is an actor, writer, comedian that graduated from Fayetteville State. Stephen A. Smith, who is a TV personality, sports personality on ESPN, graduated from Winston-Salem State. Alex Haley, who wrote the book Roots, and also co-authored the autobiography of Malcolm X. He graduated from Elizabeth City. And then Dr. Ronald McNair, who was an astronaut who actually perished in the 1986 Challenger tragedy, graduated from North Carolina A&T. And then you have Senator Kamala Harris, who's the Democratic vice presidential nominee, graduate from Howard, as well as Oprah Winfrey, that graduated from Tennessee State.
And so once again, so we have Elizabeth City State here University. Originally founded in 1891, Elizabeth City State University, or ECSU, is located in northeastern North Carolina. So we're located up in the northeastern part of the state, closer toward the Outer Banks or the state of Virginia. So right up in the corner of North Carolina. We are known for our NC Promise tuition plan. So for any students that are looking for an affordable education, for our in-state students, tuition is $500 per semester. For our out-of-state or non-North Carolina residents, their tuition is $2,500 per semester. Additional fees are added as well. So if you're looking at residing on campus, room and board for those who eat in our cafeteria, and textbooks are additional fees that are added as well. However, financial aid does go to cover the costs of all your tuition and fees as a student here at Elizabeth City State University. Our majors range from as unique as our aviation science program for those who are interested in aviation, to our biology or education, which is the very first major that we offer here at Elizabeth City State University. We are accredited by SACS, as well as a few other academic accreditations that you'll see listed on this slide. We also have several master's degree programs for those of y'all who are interested in education or mathematics. We do offer master's degree programs in those areas. Or if you're interested in any of our other nearly 30 other undergraduate programs, we will have something of interest for you at Elizabeth City State University. And so as we talk more about the area of Elizabeth City, you'll see we are close to the water. You know, I said we were close to the Outer Banks. And so we're less than an hour from the Outer Banks of North Carolina, about the same distance from the beaches of Virginia as well. And so we are probably an equal distance from Raleigh as we would be to maybe Richmond, Virginia, or close to Washington, DC. So distance-wise, like I said, we may be in the northeastern corner of the state, but we are close to very other metropolitan areas, although Elizabeth City is located in a medium-sized city setting. And so, as we bring up our next slide, we talk a little more about the classroom and what campus life is like here at Elizabeth City State University. And so we believe that, you know, our students learn inside as well as outside of the classroom. And so we do have a host of other academic as well as non-academic programs that our students do participate in. So whether you're looking or interested in Greek life, or if you're interested in joining a sorority or fraternity or any of our nearly 100 clubs and organizations, I'm pretty sure that we'll have something here for you at Elizabeth City State University. For our military affiliated students, we are a military-friendly institution as well. We are ranked as the most affordable HBCU in the nation, and we are also ranked among vets as well as the U.S. News and World Report as well. So definitely take another look at ECSU if you have not. If you are interested in applying, you can apply online at ecsu.edu/apply. Thank you for your time.
Sorry. Good evening again. I'm Ulisa Bowles, and I have the absolute delight of serving as the Executive Director of Admissions at Fayetteville State. I am so excited that you all have decided to join us a little while this evening to find out some of the great things that are happening at our individual campuses. So let me get started about Fayetteville State. Fayetteville State, we are actually the oldest public university within the UNC system. We are the second oldest HBCU within the UNC system. We were founded in 1867, so 3 years ago, we celebrated our sesquicentennial. So we have been supporting students and serving this region for over 150 years. We are one of the most diverse HBCUs within the UNC system, meaning we have right at about 49% of our students are non-traditional, and we have 25% of our students that are military affiliated. Again, we pride ourselves in being an educational option for families and service members who are serving our country. We have right at about 33 majors, ranging anywhere from nursing, political science, business, criminal justice, and just to name a few. So we do have an array of majors in various areas. We are a part of the CIAA, We have 11 sports, and of those 11 sports, last year it was definitely a woman's world. We had 4 championships in women's sports last year. We won women's basketball, volleyball, women's track and field, as well as women's cross country. We are excited about our women, go Broncos. And so as you all are kind of thinking about these things, I know that you'll hear a lot of information about a lot of schools. And the question really is, why Fayetteville State? We offer top-notch programs at an affordable price. We pride ourselves, again, in being a family atmosphere where it's not just about you knowing your teacher, but your teacher knows you. I invite you to come visit us virtually for our fall preview scheduled September 26th from 9 to 12:30 so that you can learn why we are proud to be an educational opportunity for you. Thanks.
Good stuff. All right, great. So again, my name is Jamia, and I'm from North Carolina Agriculture and Technical State University, otherwise known as North Carolina A&T. We are in Greensboro, North Carolina. Just some quick facts about us. We are actually the largest historically Black college university in the nation. We have about 12,754 to be exact students, with about 11,000 of those students as undergraduate. We are a doctoral research institution, most notable and known for our STEM careers, but we are anchored in agriculture and technical programs, as well as business and liberal arts programs to expand our campus. We receive an average of about 26,000 new freshman applications each year. We admit about 9,000 of those students, and we are excited about the opportunities that we continue to provide for students. Our top majors, of course, we talk about STEM a lot, so biology, of course, would be our top major that we have at the university. Also, in our College of Health and Human Sciences, our nursing area. Psychology is also one of our largest majors. Management, again, reiterating that we have our Willie A. Deese College of Business and Economics, where we partner with Fortune 500 companies. Just starting again tomorrow, we're having our largest career fair that's most notable in the virtual world, which will be new to us. Well, we're going to be inviting companies to meet and recruit our students from all discipline areas. Mechanical engineering and criminal justice to round out those. Our faculty student ratio is about 19-1 with an average class size of 28. And that's one of the commitments that we have as an institution, is that as we continue to grow and evolve as an institution, we want to continue to create that family atmosphere. Again, that's the essence of an HBCU. So when we talk about coming to an institution to find support, you'll find that at a historically Black college and university, because that's the rudiments and the essence of who we are. 54 plus majors to look at and to explore at the institution. We're Division I athletics. So we're going to be finishing up our last year in the MEAC, and we're going to be joining the Big South Conference next year. And we also receive nearly about $65 million in research, and we encourage our undergraduate students to pursue that as well as they matriculate through the university. Also, I wanted to highlight a couple of things when you're applying. If you're applying to the institution, we have 2 ways that you can apply. You can apply via our website, our Aggie Admissions Portal account, as well as we're a member of the Common App, and you can reach out there. Our deadlines are listed on the screen as well. So early action is October 15th, not too far away, as well as our regular decision deadline is June 1. So if you're interested in being considered for our scholarships, you want to make sure you apply for their early action. We are noted by Money Magazine as the #1 historically Black college and university in the nation. Just recently noted again, sharing the spot with another HBCU as the #1 public HBCU in the nation by U.S. News and World Report. And again, we're 3rd in research funding behind a couple of our PWI sister colleges in the UNC system. So if you want to contact us, our information is there on the screen. You can reach out to us via email, phone. Also, check our Twitter, our Instagram, and you can also join our mailing list. So if you want to take a screenshot of that quick link to join our mailing list, we'd love to have you and to send you information. Also, if you're interested in a virtual tour as well, you can follow the link there and to complete a virtual tour with us. We offer them daily to individuals as well as we have a virtual fall open house coming up on October 3rd, very soon, that you can visit us virtually to find out more information. All right.
Greetings all the way from Durham, North Carolina. I bring you North Carolina Central University. My name is Dejanelle Henry, and again, I do have the pleasure of serving as the Assistant Director of the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. NCCU, Pride of Maroon and Gray, founded by Dr. James E. Shepherd, who not only believed truth, but also service. Noted by the UNC system, NCCU is the first UNC system institution that mandated 120 hours of the community service requirement, which means that we do require and we also passion when it comes to providing service to our students, to our families, to our guests, and most importantly, our community. Our mascot is Eddie the Eagle, and our university colors are maroon and gray. Here at North Carolina Central University, our student to faculty ratio is 16:1, where we do offer 81 degrees. Some of our popular programs from nursing, business admin, criminal justice, psychology, biology and the biomedical sciences, and also our top program, criminal justice and law. With the average class size of 23, we do offer, again, 81 degrees with 146 degree concentrations. We have a total of 8,078 student enrollment. So we are super proud and really excited of the student involvement that we do have here on our campus. Just to mention, as it pertains to being involved, we have over 125 student organizations that we also mirror our students to also be involved, not just academically, but also socially, as there are some things, of course, in the classroom that can be taught, such as interpersonal skills, those skill sets that you have in the residential halls. We are a family-knit institution, again, with truth and service, with maroon and gray pride and spirit. We are currently in the MEAC conference, and we're super excited. While fall sports are not in session, we are definitely gearing up to still continue to prepare and support our Eagles. In addition to NCCU, some of the things that we do offer, one of our noted programs is our 3+2 program. Our 3+2 is an opportunity for students who are actually interested in our electrical engineering program. It's 3 years of electrical engineering and 2 years of physics. With this particular program, students are able to receive 2 degrees in a total of 5 years, with partnership with NC State, with Duke University, as well as Georgia Tech University. Again, we are really excited of all the new things that are taking place as we are in our new normal. As it pertains to our open house, it will take place on Saturday, October 17th. It will be a virtual event. You can always feel free to visit us at nccu.edu/admissions, where you can visit our virtual admissions resource page, where you can also sign up for an actual campus tour, meet with an admissions counselor, and also get the know of the NCCU happenings. We bring you greetings, and again, thank you.
All right. Again, my name is Dr. Graham from WinstonSalem State University, WSSU. Winston-Salem was actually founded as the Slater Industrial Academy and Normal School by Dr. Simon Green Atkins, September 28, 1892. So we actually have a birthday coming up here pretty soon. We've gone through several name changes over the years. We've gone from Winston-Salem Teachers College to Winston-Salem College, and in 1969 became Winston-Salem State University. We offer a rich curriculum, and we're rooted in liberal education. We do have STEM programs, and some of our most popular programs are nursing, exercise science, and biology. Those are some of our most popular programs. We have over 40 majors right now, including undergraduate, and then we have 10 graduate majors as well, and 2 doctoral programs. We are in Division II athletics, part of the CIAA conference. We have 4 men's sports, 6 women's sports, and 1 co-ed sport, which is cheerleading. And again, we are part of the CIAA conference. Our mascot is a ram. And so one thing that you'll see, if you'll see our little picture down there, is I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there to my colleagues that we're noticed as having one of the baddest bands in the land, the Red Sea of Sound. So definitely come out. You'll be able to experience them at our virtual open house as well on October the 17th. couple things that set WSSU apart is last year we were noted as #1 public HBCU Money Magazine, #1 in the UNC system for graduates receiving jobs after graduation, #1 in UNC in North Carolina for graduating Black students in the nursing and health professions, and #2 in the system for highest salary after receiving a graduate degree. So not only are we interested in bringing you in and enrolling you, but we also pay attention, and we're also proud and invested in the things that you do after you graduate from Winston-Salem State. Being a part of Winston-Salem State is being a part of family. We actually call it the Ramley. So you'll actually be a part of that and feel it as soon as you walk on campus. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we've reached, colleagues, the most important part, which is the question and answer period. So I know several of you have posted questions inside the chat area for us. And I know my colleagues have, and we've been answering some of them. But if you have questions, please post them in the Q&A box, and we'll be happy to either answer them live if they're general or not. All right, so there's a question about, is the presentation being recorded? The answer is yes. The presentation will be recorded and posted at a later date.
There's also a question about the GPA and rigor. So at Winston-Salem State, what we can go, our entering freshman GPA for this year, fall of 2020, was 3.25, and our average SAT score was a 967, and our average ACT score was 18. So that gives you a look at what our average freshman was for this class. Now, if you have below that, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get admitted. That's what average is. Some have more, some have less. But what we do and encourage you is to go ahead and submit your application, submit your transcripts, and then we'll take a look at those and make the best decision.
At Fayetteville State, our average for this past year, our average GPA was actually a 3.2. We are following the Board of Governors Governors recommendation, rather, and we are waiving the SAT, so that will not be a part of our decision-making process. And actually, that's with my colleagues as well.
I saw a question about how do extracurricular activities, I know some of us answered it to the student directly, but that might be a good question for us all. How does extracurricular activities play into the application process? For North Carolina A&T, we don't review extracurricular activities, recommendation letters, or essays during the application review process.
At Fayetteville State, neither do we, except for certain programs. We'll take a look at an essay, and that is for our nursing majors. But beyond that, the essay makes the most difference when we are looking at scholarships. And so scholarships, essays play a significant role, and letters of recommendation for scholarships.
And that would also be the same at Elizabeth City State University. So we don't really focus on extracurricular activities outside of the scholarships. Or any other some degree programs, or once you transition from undergrad into your major degree program, they will look at a few additional pieces of information as well. Otherwise, much like my colleagues, we're looking at the GPA. We look at test scores if you have it. However, it is waived for any new student entering the 2021 for the spring, summer, or fall semesters.
At Central, also with my colleagues, we are also waiving the SAT and ACT for all 2021 terms. However, I would highly recommend, and I do encourage students to take the SAT and or ACT for scholarship opportunities. We do look at the GPA. Our GPA requirement, it is a 2.5 GPA. And of course, we would like for all students to make sure that they do meet all of the mandatory course requirements. But again, as it pertains to the SAT and ACT, we do waive for the 21 terms. I will say though, as it pertains to an essay, we don't require that for the admission and the application process, but I would bring that as a new first-time student. I would make sure that I have that on hand in an event that you were looking to join an organization on campus or a particular program, honors programs, things of that nature. So I would recommend to have both of those documents.
Colleague, Ms. Tenney, it's a couple of questions in there about your fall open house.
Yeah, so thanks for that. I was just gonna type a private, but I'll just answer it out. So our fall virtual open house is October 3rd. If you want to register, you would head to our website under events, and you will be able to. If you have to develop a Aggie Admissions portal account to do so, if you need help, just reach out to the admissions team, and we'll be able to assist you with that.
And I guess I'll go ahead and say Fayetteville State's again. Our fall preview, which is our fall open house, is September 26th. On Saturday, September 26th from 9 to 12:30. If you go to our homepage, you just click on our homepage and it'll take you right through the registration process. It'll probably ask you to set up a portal as well.
And at Elizabeth City State University, our virtual open house is October the 3rd. And so if you go to ecsu.edu/open house, you should be able to find more information there. However, if you've already applied or reached out or made any contact with us, you can also find that information in your email.
For Winston-Salem State, the fall open house is going to be on Saturday, October the 17th. You'll go onto our admissions page and click on the RAM admissions portal. And so you'll have to create an account, and then you'll be able to register for the event inside your portal account.
And for North Carolina Central University, just like my colleague at Winston, you also would need to apply through your portal. Our Eagle Preview will be on Saturday, October 17th from 10 to 1 p.m. And you can go to our admissions page, NCCU/admissions, and you will click on virtual resource page where you will also be able to see the Eagle Preview registration.
So there's a question about the marching band. I'm pretty sure all of our marching bands require an audition to participate. And of course you have to be admitted to the university, but if anybody wants to add anything else, but for us, those two things are required.
Yeah.
I'll add to that. I did a college fair about a week ago, and someone asked about if you had to know how to play an instrument in order to be part of the band. So that is a requirement, is that you know how to play one of the instruments, okay?
You could be auxiliary.
There you go. Support.
I the dance girls, I mean, don't
Absolutely.
level them out as support. They are a significant part of
Absolutely.
That's correct. That's correct. All right. There's a question about what link to apply. You'll have to give us a little bit more information so that we can answer that question a little more. So are there any other questions for us? There's a question for nursing. What courses would I have to take in high school as well as in college? You might want to start that.
Well, I can go ahead and say that, you know, as far as taking classes in high school, you'll definitely want to make sure that you are on the college prep track. Okay. You know, for Winston-Salem State, you know, once you enter in as a freshman as a pre-major, so you would be a pre-major, pre-nursing major, and then after you finish your first 2 years, then you would be going to the upper division classes into your major, okay, and into being a nurse. So in order just to get in to be a pre-major, definitely in high school you want to you definitely want to go on the college prep track. Now, once you're enrolled and you're in the pre-major, then as far as your college courses go, you'll have an advisor that'll guide you through that process.
And one of the things that I would say about nursing is that you got to come in ready, because all of our programs are competitive. And so you have to come in ready. And what does that mean? That means that you have to come in and get those grades, be competitive in your scores. When I say your scores, your grades, because it is a application process into our nursing program as well. And it's competitive. And that's what you want when you have exam pass rates the way that myself and my colleagues do get on the NCLEX, and the NCLEX is the exam that you take to get into to be a nurse.
Yep. Also, for your high school courses, you want to make sure that your math courses and your science courses, that you're getting good grades in both your math and your science. You want to try and make sure you pass those on the first try. If you have to go back and repeat like a science class to get a better grade, that's not really looked too well in when the nursing programs are looking over candidates.
Yeah, I would agree with both of those statements. Definitely, yes. Thank you. There was a question of, do you wait to be accepted to a school before we start applying for scholarships? For North Carolina A&T, if you want, you can simultaneously apply for scholarships, but to be considered, you will need to have your application fully submitted, including your documents, by October 15th, which is our early action deadline.
And I also will mention, I mean, it's still a good time if you have any local scholarships or, through any civic organizations, it's good to look out, look for some of those and submit applications or essays for those, or any scholarship that your institution that we would not offer. Now is a good time, if you haven't, to start looking at some of those. I mean, even if it's a smaller scholarship that may be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, don't overlook it, because if you get a $3,000 scholarship, it's $3,000 less you have to pay towards your education. So definitely keep that in mind. However, much like my colleagues here, you do have to have applied and be admitted for any of our institutional scholarships to be offered.
At Fayetteville State, yes, applied and admitted, but you also must have a FAFSA on file to be awarded any of our institutional scholarships. And as an FYI, as you all know, FAFSA opens October the 1st.
In North Carolina Central University, our scholarships do open October 1st through February 28th. So like my colleague here at Fayetteville State has mentioned, October 1st is really important when it comes to FAFSA. Of course, the early bird gets the worm. So you want to make sure that you are definitely doing those steps early, ensuring that you get all the funds that you possibly can for school. So as it pertains to our scholarships, again, you must be admitted, of course, and you must have a financial aid application on file. So October 1st through February 28th, our institutional scholarships will be available.
Would waiving our SAT or ACT scores prevent us from receiving scholarships or grants? Not for us.
Not for Fayetteville State.
Not for ECSU.
Same here.
It says, other than passing my core classes, what other things should I do if I want to become a nurse? I think it's okay to explore that field now too as well. Learning all of the things that you can learn about the nursing field, what area maybe you want to specialize in. Also strengthen your skills in, as Dr. Graham stated, math, science, continuously strengthening those skills will be great as well. Those are opportunities. So exploring internships and those types of things, even while you're high school, to see if you can work at your local hospital post-COVID, and those types of things to strengthen your skills and get that experience.
I would also say, if you know someone that's a nurse, it's always good to get advice to kind of see what their day-to-day life is like. I think a lot of times we think we want to do something, we might not really realize the workload, or if that's something that we're really interested in. So I always think it's important also just to find a mentor who may be a nurse, and that's for anyone who has a particular major that they're interested in. Getting a coach or getting a mentor is always helpful. Being able to get really in tune with your guidance counselor if you're in high school always works as well.
Yeah.
And visiting the school that you want to go to.
All right. What year in high school would you advise for students to start looking at colleges? 9th grade.
Right.
You can start before that too. Never too early. There's a question about a forensic science program. Does anyone have forensic science on? Okay. You want to talk about you?
What was the, I didn't
see. Who has a forensic science program?
Fayetteville State, we have a forensic science program. I think one of the things about our forensic science program that I believe sets us apart is that ours is science-based versus social science-based. So social science-based, it's about, it's theory, and science-based is practical application. So you have an opportunity to do lab testing and experiments, if you will, at as a part of our forensic science program. It's a very hands-on approach, and that lab component is very important when you, upon graduation and you have that experience. We've had students to leave here and be able to go directly into working with the police department because they have that science background as a part of our forensic science program.
At Winston, we actually don't have a forensic science program. However, we do have you in our justice studies program. You will take some forensic classes.
Yeah, same for us. And we have some certificate opportunities there, but we don't have a full program as well.
We do have a program. It's very similar to Fayetteville State with the science components, more in the chemistry area, but we also do have ABS in forensic science as well.
All righty. Can you simultaneously have local scholarships and scholarships from college? Yes. Never too many scholarships. There's lots of fees that come with going to college, books and supplies and housing if you decide to live somewhere else, or those type transportation costs. You never have too many scholarships. I had a friend graduate from A&T. She wanted to be a vet. What major is good for that, for all of these colleges? So if you want to be a veterinarian, for us, of course, animal sciences is the most common program, of course, to be a veterinarian. We have an Ag Science pre-veterinarian program that you can pursue at the university. Others have something for veterinary? All right. So if you apply regular decision, how long does it take to get a reply back? So everybody kind of want to go around?
Yes, I'll start. So at North Carolina Central University, we do have a 3 to 4 weeks turnaround time. However, we've been really working really diligently, just having extra compassion, extra grace with everything that's currently taking place. But we do ask for 3 to 4 weeks for turnaround time, simply because we want to make sure that we have all the appropriate documents to make the correct decision. So we do ask for a 3 to 4 week turnaround time. However, we have been making those decisions lately within the first or second week.
At Fayetteville State, once you have a complete application, you'll have a decision within 48 hours.
That's the same at WinstonSalem State. Once your application is complete, and this year what a complete application looks like is an application, a $50 application fee, and your official transcript. Again, we're waiving the requirement for test scores. So once we have all of your completed documents, you'll have an admissions decision within 48 hours.
That's generally the same at ECSU, but we also encourage students to check their application or their admissions portal just to make sure we didn't request any additional information as well, if there has been a significant amount of time that has passed since you completed your application.
Mm-hmm. All right, in North Carolina A&T, we're going to be releasing our first set of decisions in the next couple of weeks, and after that, you should have a decision. We have rolling admissions, so you should have a decision within 2 weeks. Keep it in mind, early action does produce a high volume of applications, so our response time may be a little longer than it would be in regular season when it's not an early action deadline time. So keep that in mind around any deadline for North Carolina A&T. We are guaranteed to receive a high volume of documents and applications that we'll work through and process.
I'd like to add a caveat to that as well. During college application week, our response time is 72 hours. So standard is 48, but during college application week, and I understand it's going to be a little bit longer this year, it is 72 hours.
Okay. So I saw a question about majoring in sociology. I know we offer that major. I'm pretty sure most of my colleagues, if you want to share, if you offer sociology program on campus.
We do.
We do.
Right. Yeah, good comment. And any pre-dentistry programs on the campus? Any of you have pre-dentistry?
We offer pre-dentistry at Elizabeth City State.
Yeah, you can explore that within our biology area at North Carolina A&T.
Same at NC Central.
All right, so there's a question about being a physical therapist. At North Carolina A&T, we have a kinesiology program that provides a foundational background for students to be able to pursue a graduate degree in physical therapy. And I'll definitely
At Winston, we have our exercise physiology program that you would get at the undergraduate level that feeds directly into our physical therapy program. We also just started a program 2 years ago where you can get on the fast track. We have a doctorate in physical therapy program as well. And so if you get into this program, then you can complete your exercise physiology bachelor's degree, your physical therapy master's degree, and your DPT, your doctorate in physical therapy, in 6 years. You can complete all that in 6 years.
Wow. Cool stuff.
We also have a kinesiology program as well. So we also have the same program as it pertains to moving students, to those who may want to be interested in getting their occupational therapy or moving to being a PA.
Mhm.
And ours is a concentration as well within our kinesiology program.
All righty. I think we're all participating, in Countdown to College and waiving fees, but Claire, that's true. I thought so, yeah. We're all participating, so you can all apply to us, all of us for free, October 19th through the 30th, right? October 19th through the 30th, 2020, if you want to apply. But what did you miss there? North Carolina A&T's early action is still October 15th, but we accept fee waivers. So if you have a College Board, ACT, or NACAT fee waiver, you can use that to apply for free as well.
I also want to mention North Carolina Central University's early decision as well. We are enrolled in admission. However, our early action is going to be October 15th through January 15th. And we also do accept fee waivers from SAT College Board, ACT, as well as NACAT.
All right. We talked about athletic training. There's a question about speech therapy. We have a speech pathology audiology program on campus. You have speech? Okay. Can you send more than one ACT? Yes. For us, it has to come via the testing agency. We don't accept any form of paper scores. You all might want to share what form you accept.
We do accept multiple test scores if you have them.
Absolutely.
Do you accept them via paper, or do they have to come via the agency?
If it's an official copy, we will, but that's a rarity that we receive.
One of the questions was, will we check your senior grades? We absolutely will. That's a part of the final high school transcript. And this is something that we don't like doing, but it's a partnership. And so if there's something that happens your senior year and your grades fall and you weren't necessarily where you were when you were admitted, then that's a conversation that you may need to have with your respective institution, because we definitely need to see those senior grades. And for some students, we may even wait for your senior grades to give you an answer of admission or not. So it can definitely work in multiple ways, for sure.
I always tell students and families that, once you are admitted, don't take your foot off the gas, okay?
Right.
Senioritis can be a thing, so don't take your foot off the gas and go all the way through and make sure that we don't have to have those conversations at the end of the year.
Right.
Right.
All right, so it looks like we have about 1 more minute or so. And so I just wanted to have a chance to know our websites again. So just in case you have follow-up information, our admissions teams at each of our respective institutions are happy to assist you in multiple ways, even in the virtual environment. So for North Carolina A&T, you can visit ncat.edu, ncat.edu for more information.
At Fayetteville State, you can visit uncfsu.edu. You can do a virtual booking and select an opportunity to connect with one of my team members virtually.
At North Carolina Central University, feel free to visit us at nccu.edu/admissions. Our virtual admissions resource page is really going to be your ideal page where you're able to select the time to visit us virtually, have the opportunity to speak with an actual admissions counselor per your territory, and host a variety of many things.
And in Winston-Salem State, you can go to wssu.edu/admissions. You also have the ability to book a virtual one-on-one session with admissions counselor. If we weren't able to get to one of your questions today, we're available every day.
At ECSU, you can go to ecsu.edu/admissions for more information, or ecsu.edu/apply to submit your online application. And thank you all for your time.
All right, thank you panelists for this awesome presentation, and thank you guys for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at CACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this information again at CACRAO.org, so please let us know if there's anything else that we can do for you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.